Hello aspirants, welcome to our channel DISC Civil Services in Detail, guiding aspirants to become officers. So let's start our discussion of May 2025 Yojana analysis. We all know Yojana and Kurukshetra are the official publications from our government and they do contain lots of authentic information and they provide lots of facts, data, initiatives. They discuss a complete, thorough approach of all the governance, whatever the activities are going on, and whatever the international affairs or national affairs, they cover all. It's a kind of coverage of everything of a particular topic. So, the students who are preparing for competitive exams like UPSC, doing these Yojana and Kurukshetra may give a lots of inputs. So when you are writing mains, you definitely have to present a thorough analysis as well as keywords, terminologies. I always suggest to go through Hindu editorials. Similarly, Yojana and Kurukshetra are one such authentic sources of information where you get a complete picture of a particular topic. And of course, you are going to become a bureaucrat, and these copies and these research papers are officially again released by those bureaucrat level people only. It's a kind of you getting a very good content, raw material. You can directly copy paste few analysis and few points in your main answers. I hope it's clear. So हम आज योजना का डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं. It will be like a complete analysis as well as we will be discussing few previous year's mains questions too. So this time this month it's discussing about media and entertainment sector, and its exclusive focus is on WAVE Summit, which was first of its kind at global level, as India is planning to build its $5 trillion economy, and we are thriving to build ourselves as a developed nation by 2047, where Viksit Bharat is the major target. These kind of summits and these kind of generating creative economy will pave way for achieving lot of growth. So here in this article we are discussing everything about this Yojana as well as role of media as well as UPSC previous year's questions, which is highly important. And yes, role of media, very much important topic, and these days we know there's a lots of discussion going on social media channels, especially about fake information, fake news, hate speech and all these things. And whenever there is something in burning issue in top or topic in news, UPSC focuses there and frames a question from there. When hate speech was there and mob lynching was everywhere, and when fake news spreading was hot topic, UPSC ने उस साल मेंस में वो क्वेश्चन पूछा था. So please make sure whenever you are getting any burning issue, कुछ टॉपिक चल रहा है, तो focus that without any hesitation UPSC उसमें क्वेश्चन फ्रेम करेगा, डालेगा, आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. So this is one such question where I सेशन स्टार्ट करने के बाद हमेशा हम क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करते थे, लेकिन अभी पहले ही बता रही हूँ so that you will be aware, okay, these are the areas UPSC is focusing and asking questions, so we have to be thorough on these topics. वो आपको समझने के लिए I have added nearly 10 plus questions are there, but I have added only one. You can check in our official Telegram channel about the all relevant PYQs. ऑफिशियल टेलीग्राम चैनल जो भी है हमारा डिस्क का, उसमें एक बार देख लीजिए. वहाँ वी आर पोस्टिंग एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू मेंस क्वेश्चंस. वो आपको वहाँ मिल जाएंगे एंड यू कैन राइट योर आंसर्स एंड यू कैन सबमिट फॉर इवैल्यूएशन टू. So coming back to the article, while social media is being increasingly used to instigate communal riots, create social tensions, any effective strategy to check its misuse must balance security concerns excuse me, and individual rights. Discuss in the context of recent developments in India. If you remember, Supreme Court during Mumbai attacks, मतलब जब हुआ था उस time Supreme Court ने clearly mentioned, even this was asked in previous year's question UPSC, regarding what is Supreme Court's verdict and point of view on this जर्नलिज्म एंड लाइव जो टीवी में लाइव प्ले कर रहे थे व्हेन मुंबई लाइव अटैक्स हुए थे 26/11 को. एट द टाइम लाइव टेलीकास्ट वाज गिवन बाय द डिफरेंट टीवी चैनल्स. तब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सीधा टीवी चैनल्स को बोला था, यू बीइंग ए फोर्थ पिलर ऑफ द नेशन, you should think about nation's security too. Instead of that, for your commercial gains, you are telecasting everything. It's a kind of supporting the cyber what it's called criminal. जो भी terrorist हैं उनको आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, उनको इन्फॉर्मेशन बता रहे हो क्या किया जाए नेक्स्ट, कैसा स्टेप लिया जाए. इट्स ए काइंड ऑफ गिविंग यू देम द इंफॉर्मेशन विच शुड बी कॉन्फिडेंशियल. सो उस टाइम उन्होंने ये भी बताया था कि यस, फ्रीडम राइट्स जो भी हैं, राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन जो भी है, आर्टिकल 19, 21, ऑल दीज थिंग्स डील्स विथ दिस फ्रीडम एंड स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन should have some restrictions on certain areas when it's compared to national security kind of things. This is what Supreme Court said at that time. ये मैं आपको पूरा समझाऊंगी कि what is the role of media, as well as how UPSC frames questions on this, and how you have to frame answers, and how you have to take content from these Yojana kind of magazines. And as I already mentioned, official channel जो भी है एक बार जाके उसमें PDF अवेलेबल रहेगा, देख लीजिए. सो ये क्वेश्चन आप एक बार पढ़ के समझ के स्ट्रक्चर द आंसर, मतलब वेरी वेल स्ट्रक्चर द आंसर, एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ आंसर इज वेरी मच इम्पोर्टेंट टू गेट गुड मार्क्स. तो उसको अच्छी तरह आर्टिकुलेट करके लिख के ड्रॉप कीजिए. वी विल एवेल्युएट एंड वी विल गिव अवर फीडबैक. So let's quick begin this session. As again I am telling you, media is the fourth pillar of the democracy. So it acts as a bridge between other three. जो other three pillars हैं, what are those other three pillars? Legislative, executive and judiciary. So it acts as a pillar between the other three pillars, and it is the fourth pillar, and it is the one which acts as a watchdog. These kind of words are very much important to write extraordinary mains answer to get good marks. वहाँ और भी ये क्या कर रहा है? It also acts as, its role is very important in preventing, monitoring corruption. मतलब it not only acts as a watchdog of the democracy, it also plays a key role in democracy. कहाँ? democracy में, मतलब it keeps a watch, it keeps a check, like it takes care of this governance कैसे चल रहा है, corruption कहाँ हो रहा है, what are the important areas which people should know about. So it also connects people and with other sectors of the society. मतलब गवर्नेंस में क्या हो रहा है, डेमोक्रेसी में क्या हो रहा है, इकोनॉमी सेक्टर कैसा है, पीपल को जानकारी देता है. इट्स ए काइंड ऑफ गिविंग नॉलेज एंड इंफॉर्मेशन, कनेक्टिविटी. इट्स अ सिंपल अबाउट कनेक्टिविटी. मीडिया तो वही होता है ना. तो यस, रोल ऑफ मीडिया क्या है, उसकी सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है, हाउ, मतलब वो कहाँ से एवोल्यूशन कैसे हुआ था, उसके बाद व्हाट आर द आर्टिकल्स रिलेटेड टू, जैसे कि 105 है एंड 19 है, ऑल दीज आर्टिकल्स एक बार देख लीजिए. एज वेल एज व्हाट आर द अमेंडमेंट्स एंड एक्ट्स, जैसे कि प्रेस एक्ट इज देयर. So how it evolved since British India, वो एक बार देख लीजिए. And how it's working now and what's happening in 2025. So finally 2025 में waves आ गया है. वहाँ waves समित्रो, what they are doing, they are trying to connect the whole nation. Especially India is a nation with highest demographic dividend. यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं, India is a nation with highest demographic dividend, मतलब यहाँ यूथ ज़्यादा है. तो ये यूथ क्या कर रहे हैं? We all know that we have a strong influence of social media and these influencers on our youth. So all the time they मतलब वो रील्स देखना, वीडियोस देखना, कुछ ट्रेंडिंग में टॉपिक चल रहा है, जैसे कि अभी चल रहा है ग्लास ऑफ वाटर में हल्दी डाल के, वो अभी ट्रेंडिंग है. when the whole nation is working on the whole nation's whole world is working on sending space lights and sending satellites to space and working on artificial intelligence. our nation, हमारा यूथ क्या कर रहा है, ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक को देख रहा है. और ट्रेंडिंग टॉपिक क्या है, ग्लास ऑफ वाटर में हल्दी डाल के, वो ग्लास ऑफ वाटर में एक चम्मच से हल्दी डाल के उसको एक म्यूजिक टिंग 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 बोल के ऐड कर दे रहे हैं और उसको रिलीज कर रहे हैं. मतलब ट्रेंडिंग 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 मिराकिल. वो ग्लास ऑफ वाटर में थोड़ा हल्दी छिके, मतलब ऐसे डाल के वो नीचे कैसे जा रहा है, वहाँ कुछ साइंस नहीं है, एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं है. मतलब यू आर नॉट मतलब वहाँ आप कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट करके, कुछ खोज करके, कुछ आप वहाँ कुछ बहुत ज्यादा गुड नहीं कर दे रहे हो. मतलब यू आर नॉट डूइंग समथिंग miraculous thing. It's a just, I should not use those kind of words because it's gonna be officially posted in the our YouTube channel. So मैं कुछ बोलना नहीं चाहती हूँ. मतलब आप इतना आराम से खाली बैठे हो कि एक ग्लास ऑफ पानी लेके कांच का ग्लास में हल्दी डालोगे और उसको रिकॉर्ड करोगे और उसको ट्रेंडिंग बोल के अपने पेजेस में डालोगे और उसको पूरा वायरल करोगे. भाई उसके अलावा कुछ ऐसा करो, कुछ पढ़ो, कुछ लिखो, कुछ समझो, कुछ जानकारी दो. There the nation, especially the center, started focusing. So you are doing trending reels in the name of dances, copy paste करना या glass of water को हल्दी डालना या फिर आम को काट के देखो भैया मैंगो सीजन है, दिस इज हाउ आई डिड स्लाइसेस, देखो मैंगो स्लाइसेस, देखो जूस देखो. So people, especially the youth, is wasting lots of time on media, especially on scrolling these reels and videos and shorts, everything. So the nation, especially center, came up with a thought, okay, हमारे यहाँ there are other influencers too, those who are doing extraordinary content. मतलब they are developing lots of content and giving exposure. There's are many channels like I should not take out the names, where they are talking about the problems, where they are talking about the achievements, where they are giving lots of geographical information, schemes, everything. They are providing excellent content. So what the nation came up with the thought, like yes, हमारा यूथ कंटेंट पे फोकस कर रहा है. सो बोथ तरीके के, both categories of people are there. One who is wasting time on doing this glass of water kind of things, or other one who is doing, taking lots of pain in presenting good content and knowledge to the audience or to the subscribers. So let's take it to the next level. Because we have a highest demographic dividend, we have a highest number of youth. Let's give them a chance, give them a platform where they can focus on building good content as well as exploring themselves, as well as it can develop the it will create a place for them to generate economy, so that whatever the creativity, whatever the talent they have, it can flourish them and help them for their survival. So instead of ek ped ke paas jaake, see friends, my friends, today I came for visit. Hello friends, this is how I started traveling. देखिए पेड़ पे पत्ता आ गया है. Instead of doing these kind of things, if they really develop some good content which is worthy, which is really helpful for the people, it will be both creating economy to the nation, to the particular individual, as well as it is giving a good chance of getting information and presenting their talent at the global level. वो सोच के for the first time India is came up with a thought, that is wave. And in this session we will be discussing about how this wave session exclusively focused on taking these media, these films, these content developers and social media platforms, everything for developing the nation. मतलब इसका जो negative side और positive side दोनों भी है, लेकिन nation try to focus on positive angle of the content developers. So now it's official and it will be helpful for the country's growth as well as the individuals one. I hope it's clear. It's a kind of utilizing the potential in positive way, just I said now. So exclusively they are trying to come up with a series where they can take the help of technology. मतलब टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके एक ट्रेंड क्रिएट किया जाएगा where they will be focusing on developing the economy. That means they will be focusing on the commerce as well as they are promoting the culture of the nation. मतलब culture जो है, ट्रेडिशंस जो हैं, वैल्यूज जो हैं, एथिकल पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ इंडियंस जो हैं, वो दिखाया जाएगा. एंड फाइनली फ्रॉम देयर बाय दे विल बी रीचिंग द विजन ऑफ 2047. सो इंडिया का विजन 2047 को जो है विकसित भारत, उसको अचीव किया जाएगा बाय क्रिएटिंग $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी जो भी है. इट्स ए काइंड ऑफ गिविंग approach and platform. So coming back to the article, I'm trying to explain it in very detail because Hindu editorials, Yojana, Kurukshetra are written by the highly scholared people with there's lots of analysis, lots of keywords, terminology, statements, lots of inputs provided. उसको पढ़ के समझ के डिकोड करना बहुत मुश्किल काम होता है and it takes lots of energy and time. So I am trying to simplify that and present it in a very easy manner. जब मैं आपको इतना समझा के, इतना बता के आपको थोड़ा क्लास डिटेल्ड दूंगी, तो it will be easy for you to write down every point and to present that in your mains answer. I hope it's clear. So coming back to the article, in this particular Yojana, in this month's May 2025 series, they have exclusively discussed about waves, as I already mentioned. So empowering India's creative economy for the global stage. As I already mentioned, they are focusing on commerce. And yes, India leads the creative revolution of the world as we have highest demographic dividend, and at global level we are the one who are using these social platforms at large. वो facts and data भी आपको मैं बता दूंगी. Unleashing India's creative capital for economic and cultural rise. मैंने बताया था ना, people are utilizing these platforms and doing these reels and shorts which are like not worthy. Few people are doing like that. So it should be giving them a chance to provide worthable content. So content should be very worthable, very significant and very relevant, and which will be giving both rise to culture and economy. This is where this waves mains focus is all on. And yes, in this article they have also discussed about Indian films in international box office, where recent RRR has achieved this Oscar, and even Slumdog Millionaire. There are few other movies which have really did so well at the international markets. And yes, that's a kind of again revenue generation. So here in this particular edition they have discussed about role of Indian films also, how they are talking and spreading our tradition, like movie Kantara, which given a complete different perspective, and it really did so well at the box office, and it's purely related to the particular tradition and culture of a particular sect of the India. So this is how Indian films are promoting tradition and culture as well as generating economy. And yes, Indian animation at the global stage, opportunities, challenges, and the road ahead. There was a time when we all used to go for we means, yeah, especially these Indian filmmakers and these movie makers, they used to go to London or New York cities for these VFX techniques and all these things, because this a time abhi itna develop ho gaya hai, and like movies like Bahubali, all these are really, it's a kind of stunning eye feast. इसके पहले there were the movies where they used to go to foreign for these animation works. अभी इतना technology develop करके these people are creating a platform and place so that they can do these animation works at the Mumbai itself. Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, they are creating these cities as the hub of animation sectors, especially for this gaming and movies too. Investment opportunities in media and entertainment sectors. Because when we were talking about economy generation, we should definitely think about investment perspective too. So media and entertainment sector में क्या क्या investment opportunities हैं, so that it will, more people will come into these sectors, more economy can be generated, more people can get job opportunities, and more output, good results can come out, and so that more economy can be generated again for the good financial status of the nation as well as individuals. This is one area where they are focusing. And yes, India's global cultural leadership in AVGC. I will explain this AVGC once I get into the detailed analysis of this particular topic. So, Waves Challenge, empowering creativity as well as fostering opportunity. मैंने आपको already बताया था कि waves का main target क्या है, especially जो अपना talent है, जो अपना ट्रेडिशन है. Especially we are so good at storytelling. Indians are so good at storytelling, presentation. You can observe since movies like abhi to we talk about this generation talk about Kantara, Bahubali, but they once a time like Maya Bazaar, if possible you just go and watch this movie. It might be available in Telugu, but you can watch it through subtitles. So Maya Bazaar, it's a very age old movie where you can see all those animation, VFX, everything. मतलब उतने पुराने टाइम में भी, उतने आगे के जमाने में भी, how our people, our directors, our actors, everyone bring that kind of what it's called, those animation and everything. मतलब सोचो कितना उनका उनका विजन कितना पावरफुल था, कितना ब्रॉड था उनका टैलेंट, उतना हार्ड वर्क. सो हियर दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस क्रिएटिविटी. वो क्रिएटिविटी को यूटिलाइज करके अपॉर्चुनिटीज को और कैसा बढ़ाया जाए. सो मूवीज लाइक माया बाजार एंड पाताल भैरवी इज द वन. This is such a fantastic movie, and even there's a movie which was very much फेमस फॉर मतलब अभी भी देखा जाता है. जैसे बाले बाबू का एक मूवी था, समथिंग कॉल्ड, आई एम सॉरी इफ आई गोट, भैरव दीपम, सॉरी, यस, भैरव दीपम. इवन it's a kind of eye feast. So these movies are like eye feast, and it's again talking about these what is called these animation effects and all. So I'm giving these examples because abhi technology develop hone ke baad we are talking about animation, but these movies have taken somewhere around 80-90 years back. Sorry, some movies have taken more than that back. So how they may have come up with these VFX effects and all these things. So think about the creative brains and genius legends of India. सो इतना क्रिएटिविटी को, इतना जीनियस ब्रेन्स को, इतने टैलेंटेड पीपल को एक मौका दिया जाए, एक प्लेटफॉर्म दिया जाए, so that these can be utilized as the development, upliftment, economy generation. This is where they are focusing, as well as India's stories, India's culture, India's tradition can be taken to the global level. As we are the one who first started talking about yoga. I hope you remember it was started discussing about this long back, and since then it was taken as a international day of yoga celebration को हमने UN के सामने रखा था कि take it as a proposal and start focusing on this yoga, because it's not only about doing exercise, it's a culture, it's a tradition, it's a practice, it's a more than medical science which gives an overall impact. So then UN accepted, and yoga is the first thing which all the 179 nations at UN accepted to promote it as a global level, and from there international yoga day celebrations have been started every year with a different themes, especially focusing on the bringing the world into one stream with positive vibes. Similarly, जैसे हमने योगा को प्रमोट किया था, एंड अगेन इट्स इंडिया में ही वो पहले शुरू हुआ था, एंड इंडिया इज द मदरलैंड ऑफ योगा, एंड अगेन यस, वी आर द मदरलैंड वेयर एपिक्स स्टोरीज लाइक रामायणा, महाभारता, भगवद गीता, and where we are very good at storytelling. As I already mentioned, we talk about this Vikramarkudi Kadalu, Chandamama Kadalu, and we know all these what it's called, Parmananda Garsishulu. So India is a nation, such a beautiful nation, where we have extraordinary story writers, now extraordinary content developers. So exclusively Waves is focusing on bringing them into the mainstream and showing them in the global level, so that our roots of our culture, our tradition can flourish at the global platforms. मतलब हमारा जो भी ट्रेडिशन है, कल्चर है, उसका सिग्निफिकेंस है, उसका इम्पोर्टेंस है, वो ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म में प्रेजेंट करने के लिए कॉलिंग दीज कंटेंट डेवलपर्स ऑन टू द फ्रंट, मतलब asking them to come forward to present their creativity and spreading this cultural aspect and significance of India. This is what the main motto of this waves. And yes, again going back to the article, advancing investment and innovation in media tech, as I already mentioned this. प्रेस इन इंडिया, ए स्नैपशॉट ऑफ प्रिंट मीडियाज ग्रोथ एंड डाइवर्सिटी. मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको वेरी स्टार्टिंग में ही बताया था प्रेस एक्ट क्या है, हाउ इट एवॉल्व्ड, एवोल्यूशन क्या है, वो भी एक बार देखना है. एंड यस, इंडियन वुमेन रीराइट देयर फाइनेंशियल फ्यूचर्स स्पेशली फ्रॉम द हेल्प ऑफ मीडिया and getting good positions in media, and the role of media is very much crucial in the upliftment of the women. This is what this particular chapter is talking about. And yes, 75 years, 75 films. These are the few books released officially by Government of India where they are discussing about the cinematic journey. You may don't get a question on this, so I didn't add that particular slide. Let's quickly start doing this month's magazine. So here in the introduction itself, they have clearly mentioned about from the epic tales of Ramayana and Mahabharata and Panchatantra, which I already mentioned. We are the very good storytellers. So Ramayana, Mahabharata, and yes, Panchatantra. Even there are Mahabharata, Panchatantra. From there, our creativity has been started, especially talking about and presenting these stories. So now, its M&E is exclusively a sunrise industry where we can achieve this $5 trillion economy and all. So sunrise industry है, इसके ऊपर ज़्यादा focus करेंगे तो we can get a good huge investment, as well as it can be developed as a wonderful industry where lots of people can get employment, as well as it will make us to give that global leadership, especially in the sector of media, artificial intelligence, and yes, all these things. So in this article, they have clearly again mentioned about, they have given a crux where, okay, this particular industry is projecting to grow 36.1 billion by 2047, increasing consumer demand, technological advancements, and innovative excuse me, content creation. So गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया क्या किया है, M&E सेक्टर को रिकॉग्नाइज करके एक पोटेंशियल सनराइज इंडस्ट्री है. इट कैन हेल्प फॉर फोस्टरिंग ग्रोथ, इनोवेशन, एम्प्लॉयमेंट और opportunities. So let's focus on this sector बोल के they have come up with this thought, waves. And yes, waves क्या है, इसका आपको ज़रूरी प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम में आ जाएगा एंड अदर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में आ जाएगा. सो वर्ल्ड ऑडियो एंड वर्ल्ड ऑडियो विजुअल एंड एंटरटेनमेंट समिट. आपको अगर मालूम हो तो पूरा नेशन में जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट पीपल हैं फ्रॉम डिफरेंट फिल्म industries and from different filmmakers and different content developers, press related people, all these came for this summit which has taken place in Mumbai. So it's a kind of bringing together the global industry leaders. यहाँ मैंने लिखा है देखिए, entertainment icons, creative minds, waves aim to establish India as a premier hub for media and entertainment. So these kind of words are very much important. Just copy paste in your book and try to reproduce those words in your mains answer. So this summit will be fostering collaboration, driving innovation, and unlocking new opportunities for growth, cementing India's position as a global content creator, which I already discussed. And other than that, it's a kind of watershed moment in the industry's revolution where it is focusing on global recognition as well as by leveraging technology, creativity, and strategic investments. And it's also focusing on increasing demand for digital content, advancements in technology, and a thriving startup ecosystem. And it's, yes, where India is having a strong, diverse market with a rich cultural heritage and skilled workforce position. The global leadership in M&E through waves will be giving much more impact on developing it as a global leader in different sectors. So main motto is like, ये keywords है मैंने यहाँ लिखा है, एक बार देख लीजिए, like global footprint, growth, innovation, collaboration, jobs, That's called employment generation and economy and all these things, technology investments. These are the keywords which have repeatedly used in this particular topic. And yes, when you are writing something related to media or impact of social media or impact of role of media on society and democracy, all these things, you can quote it as an example. And yes, so waves as empowering India's creative economy for the global stage. मैंने यहाँ clearly explain करके few important points को underline किया हुआ है. आप एक बार पूरा topic पढ़ के जो मैंने underline किया है उसको एक बार लिख लीजिए. Just try to copy paste in your notes so that it will be helpful for you to give good inputs in your mains answer. This is what the main motto is. So it's a platform envisioned to nurture cross border collaborations, driving innovations and facilitate knowledge sharing across cinema, OTT, gaming, animation, immersive content like audio and visual. So waves is serving as a bridge between east and west, fostering cultural exchange. So this is kind of, these kind of words is very much important and you have to present in your answer. This is where they are focusing. So Mumbai mein 1st to 4th tak hua tha, and yes, it is experiencing a digital renaissance. It's a kind of exclusively digital revolution. So these kind of words मैंने again आपको बताया. So something when they are talking about revolution, especially in the digital sector, you can quote about this. And here the version of our honorable PM, you can again check it out. So create in India and create for the world. So these kind of words, आपको ये kind of inputs and these kind of statements you have to present in your answer. When they were discussing about make in India, now they are talking about make for the India. Now they are talking about first made in India था, बाद में make in India था, बाद में made for India था. Similarly, create in India, create for the India. This is the main motto and main idea behind these waves. And on April 8, 2025, the Rising Bharat Summit. Here it is an important point. The Prime Minister, while speaking on waves, said movies, podcast, gaming, music, AR and VR making up a vibrant and creating industry in Bharat. So इसको next level में लेके जाके create a platform which will be nurturing creative and entrepreneurs, promoting digital content creators as well as supporting their innovation in cultural industries. So by connecting local talent, it's a kind of local talent को लेके जाके global market में जो भी हैं उनको connect करना. This is what the main motto behind these waves. Why we are discussing exclusively? Because this is the first of its kind in India where they are coming up with lots of बहुत क्या बोलते हैं उसको employment, innovation and different ministries, technology, and it's a kind of orange economy generation के लिए this will be playing a key role बोल के ये बहुत न्यूज़ में था. तो this year you may definitely get a question on this. So for the first time he even mentioned about orange economy and orange economy's contribution to India's economy. This is what he mentioned and talking about these demographic advantage as well as content, digital content, power of digital content and India soft power कैसे improve करेगा और कैसे India soft power like films, music and these content on social medias can be helpful, all these things. So yes, they have discussed other points like waves with 4 pillars. Cinema and series is the one, animation is the second, and OTT, digital media is the third, and music live like films is the fourth platform, where they are focusing on unlocking the economic value of creativity, turning artistic expression into scalable, sustainable industries that can generate employment and innovation and improvements. So यहाँ आपको जो भी talent है, आपका talent लेके जाएगा आपको नेक्स्ट लेवल में, फ्रॉम देन टू ग्लोबल. This is the main motto. So these kind of words without any hesitation आप प्लीज नोट्स में लिख लीजिए. आप एक काम कीजिए, एक सेपरेट नोटबुक रखिए योजना एंड कुरुक्षेत्र बोल के, और इसमें जो भी टॉपिक्स आ रहे हैं, जान में एक टॉपिक आया है, मई में, फरवरी में, मार्च में, अप्रैल में, एंड ट्राई टू राइट द इम्पोर्टेंट हाईलाइट्स फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर month's magazine and try to copy paste them in your relevant answers. So under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Railways and Electronics, and Information and Technology aptly, our rich culture, which once resonated in the halls of Chicago World's Fair through Swami Vivekananda, today being carried forward by our Prime Minister on the global stage through initiatives like yoga, culture, creativity, and Ayurveda. So, Waves is such an extension of this effort, making India a global capital of creator economy. So, these kind of words you must have to remember. So, India is a global capital at creators economy. I hope now it's clear. So, these are the 4 pillars of Waves, as well as Waves is the one which is creating orange economy. So, you just now tell me or comment in our section what is economy or what is orange economy, what is blue economy. ये भी बताइए blue economy क्या होता है. I hope सबको मालूम है, it's related to water, seas, oceans. Now tell me what is orange economy. So it's exclusively creative skills, intellectual property rights, and cultural heritage, which is one of the fastest growing economic sectors globally. And India is major contributor in the context where India's youth, especially using its creativity at the digital transformation and thriving startup ecosystem for the growth. And yes, establishing a national center of excellence for animation, that is another most important point which you have to note it down. So national center of excellence for gaming, comics, visual effects, and extended reality in Mumbai is set to transform the AVG sector and the driving innovation, especially this developing this immersive technologies and all. So Waves is going to be a game changer initiative for creating the physical, digital, institutional infrastructure for the Indian creators, and this is one more important point they have discussed. And yes, this is another where they are talking India is going to lead the creative revolution of the world, where I have already mentioned digital renaissance. ये point आपको याद रखना होगा. So in this digital renaissance or revolution, India will be the global capital. So this is what this article is talking about. So in the spirit of one earth, one family, all these points have been introduced by India. So now they are focusing on one platform, one place where they can promote their creativity, their culture, as well as their compassion. So reels, podcasts, blogs, comics, all these engaging content in the form of interactive high-tech videos, games telling us a story. Who else than us can lead creative revolution more better? As I already mentioned, we are the one since Mahabharata, Panchtantra to Paramanande Shishulu. Storytelling is the like cakewalk for us. So let's utilize this potential of our since our ancestors to now our youth. Let's utilize this potential and come up with a good content. This is what it's all about. So India has a creative future and creative economy, as I already mentioned, working towards $5 trillion economy. And yes, this orange economy gonna play a crucial role, because when we were discussing about Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat, New India is capable of leading the world with an aim to promote not only socially relevant and healthy entertainment, but also that promotes global peace and harmony and brotherhood. When we were, आपको याद होगा, when the nations, especially Russia Ukraine का issue चल रहा था, गाजा पालस्तीन का चल रहा था, we are the one, especially our honorable PM and all, they have given lots of messages to the world, and they have spread these brotherhood, harmony, peace through yoga initiatives and all. And we even given lots of support to the world when there was a pandemic. COVID के time में we are the one who came up first to support the whole world. So these kind of मतलब हम इतना promote कर रहे हैं, support कर रहे हैं, that should be go to the next level and that should be presented at the मतलब हम क्या कर रहे हैं सबको पता भी चलना चाहिए. So India has a creative future where the $5 trillion economy is the main target. So our creator economy is infusing so fresh energy into India's growth story. This is what it's all about. And Ministry of Environment and Broadcast has allocated rupees 391.5 crore, 15 crore to establish on the lines of prestigious IITs, IIMs, IICT in Mumbai. So it's a kind of giving support for the डेवलपमेंट. मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर दे रहे हो, उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो, स्पेशली फॉर द इनोवेशन सो दैट इट कैन बी प्रमोटेड वेल. मतलब आप बोले हो एक प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट करे हो लेकिन उसके लिए इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की ज़रूरत है, इन्वेस्टमेंट की ज़रूरत है, सो दैट द इनोवेशन कैन कम आउट, सो दैट द गुड रिजल्ट्स कैन कम आउट. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर पेज. एंड यस, यहाँ one more topic. What is Waves Bazaar? So it's a kind of revolutionary e-marketplace connecting professionals, business creators across film, TV, music, gaming. I hope अगर आपको हो सके तो एक बार वेव समिट का शॉर्ट्स कुछ हैं एंड यूट्यूब में कुछ हाइलाइट्स हैं एंड इवन आवर ऑनरेबल पीएम हैव पोस्टेड फ्यू शॉर्ट्स रिलेटेड टू देम. यू कैन सी different legends, filmmakers, creators, good people even from the industries, different industries gathered there. They have come up with their own ideas, they have shared their ideologies and everything, and they have exchanged. It's a kind of creative exchange, collaboration. मतलब जैसे कि हम इंस्टाग्राम में रील को कोलैबोरेट करते हैं, so that it's a kind of promoting, it's a kind of boosting. जब एक बंदा जो हाईएस्ट व्यूज के साथ या हाईएस्ट फॉलोअर सब्सक्राइबर्स के साथ है और जो बंदा नया नया काम शुरू कर रहा है उसका हेल्प लेके प्रमोट करता है. सो सिमिलरली इट्स ए काइंड ऑफ कोलैबोरेशन एंड ड्राइविंग इनोवेशन एंड बूस्टिंग एंड फॉस्टरिंग दिस क्रिएटिविटी सो दैट दिस क्रिएटिव सेक्टर जो भी है शुड फ्लरिश बोथ जियोग्राफिकली एंड सोशो इकोनॉमिकली. दिस इज व्हाट द मेन मोटो. मतलब इट्स ए काइंड ऑफ बूस्टिंग है यार. सिंपल जो भी क्रिएटिव सेक्टर है, क्रिएटिव कंटेंट है, उसको एक्सचेंज करना, कोलैबोरेशन करना, प्रमोट करना. इट इंक्लूडिंग दोज फ्रॉम रूरल, मतलब जो टेक्नोलॉजी को नहीं मालूम है, जिनके पास कुछ भी टूल्स या प्लेटफॉर्म्स या कैसे सक्सीड होना है कुछ भी नहीं मालूम है, बट दे हैव लॉट्स ऑफ इंथुजियाज्म, लॉट्स ऑफ टैलेंट, सो दैट दे कैन यूटिलाइज दिस प्लेटफॉर्म as a place to promote their knowledge and talent. This is what this talking about. It's a kind of level playing field. It's a kind of giving equal opportunity even when you have the basic features, yes or no, but if you have the talent, you're most welcome. This is what it's talking about, and this is where it's focusing, bringing youth into the mainstream, talented youth, worthable youth. So India's creative revolution inspires the world. As I already mentioned, the dynamic platform acts as a bridge between buyers and sellers. Again, ये waves जो है, it will be working as a platform and it will be acting as a bridge exclusively between the buyers and sellers. मैंने अभी आपको बताया था कि इन्वेस्टमेंट जो भी होना चाहिए और उसका आउटपुट जो भी होना चाहिए, इट शुड हैव सम काइंड ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल सेटअप भी चाहिए. उसके लिए हमारे गवर्नमेंट ने भी कुछ अलॉट किया है. एंड यस, अदर देन दैट few startups should be started so that more fusion of creativity and technology can be done. And yes, other than that, they have discussing about waves is an extension of this effort, aiming to make India the global hub of creator economy. So Waves 2025 is not just a summit, it's a movement that will redefine India's place on world map, boosting its cultural diplomacy, elevating its media and entertainment industry, as well as to empowering creators to new heights. So it's a kind of creative evolution inspiring the world. So we are the one who is going to inspire at global level. मैं जो भी पॉइंट्स यहाँ रेडिंग में हाईलाइट करके रखी हूँ, प्लीज़ मेक श्योर यू शुड मेक इट make a note of these points in your notes. So yes, the next chapter is all about unleashing India's creative capital for economic and cultural rise. I already mentioned India aspires to emerge among top 3 global economies. हमारा main motto क्या है? We are thriving to develop ourselves as a global economy में top 3 position में रहना चाहते हैं. And again, so we are trying to build an inclusive, knowledge-driven economy. And yes, so the intersection of technology, storytelling, culture and commerce. जैसे कि मैंने already आपको बताया था, storytelling वही होता है जो कंटेंट कर रहे हैं वही. एंड यस, टेक्नोलॉजी, एंड यस, कल्चर, economy. It's like giving it should be like giving central vision in skilling and developing this particular sector, especially for promoting both the tradition, culture as well as the economy. So that focusing few industries like पहले tourism में focus करे थे, drones पे करे थे, animation, cartoons, defense, all these directly indirectly will boost through this particular M&D sector, especially through these waves kind of sectors. So they are talking about, yes, increasing media, especially by giving them lots of initiatives, lots of investments, lots of supporting. Like if you remember, national creator awards दिए गए थे 2024 में. I hope you remember. So it's a kind of identifying few people who are really doing the best for the development of the nation, for giving good knowledge and giving awareness, spreading awareness about the different initiatives, different issues and all these things. So as I already mentioned, Indian youth is the one who are installing lots of apps, and we are the at the top 3 and 4 levels in installing different apps, especially which are related to social media. And we know how much time we spend on scrolling reels and shorts. So instead of that, if we really come up with good worthy content, we can get those good rewards and awards and all these things. So वो समझाने के लिए नेशनल क्रिएटर अवार्ड्स दिए गए थे 2024 में. It's again kind of harnessing their talent and focusing on their, giving emphasis on their potential and all these things. So I hope it's clear. So yes, AVGC, animation, visual effects, gaming, comics. So yes, so sunrise industry है, मैंने आपको already बताया था, especially M and E. And yes, now they have come up with an topic like platform like Waves, which is giving a global platform where they are focusing exclusively on cultural expression and yes, innovation, economic growth. ये तीनों को मिला के वहां से क्या करेंगे? They will be achieving the vision. The vision is विकसित भारत, टॉप में रहना है economy. This is what. So finally they are talking about national creators awards दिए गए थे, 3.1 trillion economy by 2026 तक आना चाहिए. And even in 2023 report में बताया गया था कि this M&E sector is really doing wonderful, so let's focus on further developing and all. So industry should be scaled, adaptable and globally competitive. Skilled, competitive and adaptable. I'm trying to write it so fast so that it will be helpful for you. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. So yes, the global creative economy is booming. According to the UNCTAD report, the cultural and creative industries generate annual revenues of over 2.5 trillion account at worldwide. So just imagine the potential of these particular sectors. So that is where we are focusing. So India with its English speaking population, robust IT sector, rich storytelling heritage holds immense potential. Still its contribution is less than 1%. So even having all these positives, and plus points, why we are not able to get much more benefits from that. So then we came up with these kind of initiatives so that it will be helpful for giving more place, more platforms. And yes, when we're discussing about traditional Indian cinema education, a solid foundry, and how this global reach of Indian cinema done, here you can check it out. And yes, Satyajit Ray film industry is the one, and all these important different kinds of institutions. There are some state run academics, film festivals which are contributing a lot, and for the well trained workforce for the industry and all these things. These are the few examples and case studies given in this paper. You just go through once and make a note of all this. Yes, so next slide is talking about a catalyst for creative growth, as well as AVGC sector is not only entertains, it drives innovations like education, health, defense, e-governance. Maybe it's having playing matlab aviation sector or few sectors may this is really doing much more better and giving lots of contribution. So the especially defense may I'm talking about, because without this it's not possible, because you know the role of technology and importance and all these things. Yes, so it's talking about through simulation and gamification, it's playing a crucial role for that learning experiencing, and especially for this inclusive creative inclusive learning ecosystem jo bhi hai, and it's really playing a crucial role for, and it's contributing meaningfully. This is what it's talking about. And yes, so government multifaceted approaches, like doing policy making, infrastructure, skill development, right direction, and to begin with upcoming waves. These are the few important areas. So ये यहाँ एक बताया गया है. And secondly, AVGC is promoting task force was formed in 2022. This is highly important fact. Under Minister of Information and Broadcasting, which passed on several transformative recommendations, including establishment of National Center for Excellence in AVGC, global benchmarking of skilling, and yes, coming up with a few collaborations with South Korea, Japan. ये important है, एक बार देख लीजिए. South Korea, Japan and Canada. We have done few collaborations and for the development of state specific skilling roadmaps for local language production and all those. And yes, it's again talking about this task force report also recommends that AVGC is embedded in Digital India mission as a district vertical. And yes, it's again talking about this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, PMKVY. And yes, it's also talking about National Center for Excellence. मैं यहाँ लिख रही हूँ, समझा रही हूँ, please go through once again. And yes, finally it's talking about National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020 is an effort to mainstream creativity across schools and colleges. मतलब आप सेंटर्स रखो, कॉलेजेस में बताओ, स्कूल्स में बताओ, एंड इतना प्रमोट करो, इतना उसको मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी लर्निंग करो, सो दैट अलाउइंग स्टूडेंट्स टू कंबाइन एनिमेशन विथ कोडिंग एंड फिल्म मेकिंग विथ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. So that national curriculum framework एक है 2023 proposes a credit based system for enabling students to accumulate skills across various disciplines, including this creative arts and all these things. So it's a kind of giving them encouragement as well as platform, as well as making them come forward for this multi-dimensional what it's called presentation of their multitasking and talent. And yes, this particular article is again talking about so the how the National Film Development Corporation, Prasar Bharati, publication divisions, media training, all these are doing wonderful. And on Amazon's site, what's happening? So what are the three main themes of the partnership? Because it's again talking about partnership between our different markets with Amazon. So what are the three themes which is highlighting India's cultural heritage as well as promotion of Indian talent as well as showcasing India's content? वही तो main motto of this waves है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको already बताया है. And here they have come up with few important examples, like how this RR won Academy Award for Best Original Song, and what we are doing at global stage, and how Japan used our anime, Korea used K-pop and all these things. So India should also projects its मतलब वो different platforms को use करके, जैसे कि US Hollywood को use करके, they are presenting themselves at global perceptions in different levels. वैसे ही India भी should come up with a platform where it can project its rich cultural heritage, so that it can be improvement for the cross cultural understanding, promoting tourism, and brand India as an promoting its diaspora pride, intellectual, creating intellectual property with long term economic returns, all these things. And yes, they also discussed about in 2023's G20 presidency, we position the country as digital knowledge hub. These kind of words very much important. आप ये पॉइंट को वहाँ लिख के समझा सकते हो और बता भी सकते हो. And yes, they also discussed about these internship and the lines of I got, Karma Yogi, One Nation, One subscription, and all these things. And finally, concluding, the creative nation is a future ready nation. These kind of points you can write it in your notes. So, journey has begun. It's just a beginning. Much more acceleration is there. एंड मैंने जो भी हाईलाइट लिखा है वो भी आप एक बार देख लीजिए. सो यस, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इज एक्सक्लूसिवली टॉकिंग अबाउट investment opportunities in media and sector. So yes, they are discussing about economic dimension. So here they have come up with how this digital adoption and how young population, increasing consumer spending, all this can helpful. And yes, India's massive digital penetration. Here they have exclusively discussed about this, how much our youth are addicted or using this digital platform and all these things, and how it is impacting. So this is what is talking about. So second largest in the mobile gaming, this is what this article is talking about. And yes, especially these Gen Z who contribute 48% to India's आउट ऑफ होम एंटरटेनमेंट स्पेंडिंग, हाउ मच वी आर स्पेंडिंग. मतलब यहाँ इस आर्टिकल में क्लियरली बताया गया है कि हाउ दिस FDIs कैन बी जनरेटेड, हाउ मच वी आर स्पेंडिंग, एंड हाउ दिस डिजिटल पेनिस्ट्रेशन इज गोइंग एंड ऑल. एंड येस, व्हाट वी आर डूइंग फॉर अकॉर्डिंग टू इंडस्ट्री एस्टिमेट्स, व्हाट आर द फैक्ट्स. ये एक बार ये चैप्टर एक बार ये पॉइंट्स एक बार देख लीजिए. एज वेल एज नरेंद्र मोदी जी का विजन क्या है, मेड इन इंडिया गेम्स फॉर इंडिया इन द वर्ल्ड. सो उसके ऊपर फोकस करके कैसे डेवलप करना है, ऑल दिस पॉइंट्स दे हैव कम अप इन दिस particular chapter. And yes, India is the second largest anime fan base in the world after China. So this is one more important point. These kind of points highly important. And first is China. So what are the government incentives, key initiatives around talent development and intensifying this IP creation and all these things have been just discussed. उससे ज़्यादा important नहीं है. And yes, they have discussed about few tournaments across India, and यहाँ दिया गया है few states and points, just लिख लो. Finally, they are discussing about गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया लॉन्च सेंट्रल इंसेंटिव स्कीम, जो भी है वो एक बार बताया गया है. एंड AVG का अकॉर्डिंग टू यूनियन बजट क्या है वो एक बार बताया गया है. एंड वेव समिट इन 2025, हाउ इट इज हाईलाइटिंग द डेप्थ एंड डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ इंडिया, दैट इज वन दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. यस, सो इंडियाज ग्लोबल कल्चरल excuse me, cultural leadership in AVGC. And this article is exclusively talking about how it occupying central place in the country's media and entertainment landscape. And it again mentioned about few movies like RRR, Bahubali, and Lion King, Avatar. So these are the movies which is exclusively talking about powerful role of AVGC. So how these can technology can redefine cinematic storytelling. So ripple effect is evident in your production such as Ponniyin Selvan ek hai, Kalki ek hai, which blend ancient tales with futuristic. मतलब the role of AVGC exclusively they are talking about. So these films continue the trend of leveraging AVGC. मैंने already बताया है आपको. So from passive viewers to global creators, how we can achieve, and this convergence of immersive technology, creative expression, and entrepreneurial energy can be turn India into dynamic content powerhouse. This is what it's all about. So dynamic powerhouse कैसे बनेगा? Powerhouse of content developers. Dynamic and energetic. This is what is important. So India's animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, all these are shaping, especially driven by technological advancements and all. वो एक बार बताया गया है, and Japanese का एक बार बताया, वो भी देख लीजिए. And key outcome was the recommendation to create a world-class centralized institution which could spearhead skill development, foster research, and all these important points has been given. उस मतलब particularly you just draw the crux of the Yojana and what are the points, what are the analysis, जो भी important facts data दिए गए हैं उनको एक बार note down करके please try to write them in your notes and revise them and try to inculcate a, मतलब कैसे बताऊं, ये जो भी आप पढ़ रहे हो सोच के समझ के अपने आंसर्स में उसको इंक्लूड करना सीखो. जैसे कि अभी यहाँ अगेन दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द मॉडल इंश्योर्स फ्यू academic rigor industry alignments. So here they are talking about Indian Institute for Immersive Creators and skilling revolution for digital generation, silent features of this National Center for Excellence, as well as उसमें फिर key features of NCOV will be like taking care of intellectual property, creation of global reach, as well as incubation of this center for startups and all these things. These are kind of साइड हेडिंग्स और इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स आप लेके थोड़ा उसको ऐड करके अपने नोट्स में लिख लोगे तो यू कैन प्रेजेंट देम एंड राइट इट इन योर मेंस आंसर. This is what I mean. And positioning India as a global content hub, this is one more area, and strengthening India's soft power and attracting investment. These are the key features of NCOE. That is what they are talking about. And location and industry collaboration as well as central institution for this AVGC as well as research and development for breakthrough innovations. Yes, shaping India's AVGC future. This is what they are again. It's completely about storytelling and all these things. So National Center for Excellence again. So what are the other important perspectives? मैंने ऑलरेडी उसको बताया है वो आपको, और यहाँ जो भी पॉइंट्स दिए गए हैं वो फैक्ट्स एक बार लिख लीजिए. सो $100 100 बिलियन साइज ऑफ इंडियाज मीडिया एंड एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री बाय 2030. ये जो रिपोर्ट है ये फैक्ट एक बार लिख के व्हाट आर द पाथवेज एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज वो एक बार वहाँ फर्स्ट बताया गया है, यहाँ सेकेंड है, एंड थर्ड इज द एपिसेंटर ऑफ इमर्सिव लर्निंग विच आई ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. And job creation employment can be easily done because of this huge investment in this sunrise industry. And yes, hands on learning industry है तो driven curriculum career भी होना चाहिए. That's why we are focusing building academics and partnership collaborations with different universities. वो यहाँ भी एक बार दिया गया है. And finally it is about all conclusion. So it is emerging as a key pillar for क्रिएटिव एंड टेक्नोलॉजिकल एस्पिरेशंस. इसमें उतना ज़्यादा इनपुट्स नहीं है इसलिए मैंने जल्दी बताने की कोशिश की. सो एम्पावरिंग क्रिएटिविटी एंड फॉस्टरिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी. अगेन इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ रिविजन ऑफ ऑल द इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स वॉट एवर वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन द since the beginning. And yes, he is exclusively coming up with few facts and data like Create in India mission he is talking about, and how it is gonna be a game changer, and how it is bringing what it's called that nook and corner of the country to spotlight and all these things. These kind of points you have to understand. It's exclusively, मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया था ना, क्रिएटिविटी को इम्प्रूव करके अपॉर्चुनिटी को कैसे how to get opportunity utilizing your creativity. That's it all about. And yes, advancing investment and innovation in media and technology. मैंने आपको already बताया है अभी AI is going to rule technology. So how you can utilize these platforms, technologies and all these things in exclusively these areas. so that we will be in the leading position, developing a dynamic ecosystem for media tech entrepreneurs. This is what this particular chapter is talking about. And yes, selection process of these few एरियाज दिया गया है एंड की बेनिफिट्स ऑफ स्टार्टअप्स क्या होंगे, हाउ टू bring them into mainstream by investing and pitching, and what will be the मतलब उसका ये process पूरा दिया गया है, how they can select these startups for promoting as well as giving them opportunities and investments and all these things. So उसकी वजह से advancements क्या होगा and what will be the advantages they have discussed here. So Waves is a platform where it bringing both investors and the innovators in one place. And Press in India, हाउ दिस प्रिंट मीडिया डेवलप्ड, वो एक इसको दिया गया है. उसमें उतना ज़्यादा जानकारी तो नहीं है, लेकिन आप एक बार जस्ट देख लो हाउ इट एवॉल्व्ड एंड एवोल्यूशन डन, दैट्स इट. एंड यस, हियर दे हैव कम अप विद द फ्यू फैक्ट्स. मुझे उतना ज़्यादा ये ज़रूरत है, ये फैक्ट्स को डेटा को रिमेंबर करके लिखोगे उतना ज़रूरी नहीं है, लेकिन यस एक बार आप देख सकते हो, मतलब एटलीस्ट टू हैव एन आइडिया कि व्हाट्स हैपनिंग, दैट्स इट. Indian women rewrite their financial futures. This is highly important when we were discussing about exclusively women empowerment, women role and all these things. Different dimensions हमने बात की थी, work, gender gap, all these things. So this is one, again women and these financial futures, how this media is playing a role especially, वो एक बार थोड़ा देख लो. So one of the dimension when you are writing something related to essay or mains answer, you can project this as a one of the dimension. So as a visible trend, families led by financially empowered women are proving to be more resilient, securing a stronger future for the nation. So Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana empowers women to manage finances wisely. So these kind of points you have to directly quote in your mains or essays. This is what I'm talking about. These are the few important facts and data. Without any hesitation, सीधा लिख लो these kind of words like from borrowers to builders and credit demand surge. जो भी मतलब women's role in India's financial growth, especially by March 2024, women became growth story. ऐसे बोल के लिख के हेडिंग रखोगे, बस एग्जामिनर फिदा हो जाएगा. ही विल गिव डेफिनेटली गिव दैट एक्स्ट्रा 1 मार्क, एंड दैट 1 एक्स्ट्रा मार्क के लिए हम इतना मेहनत करते हैं. एंड फाइनली ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट few other initiatives, and these are the few facts. If you want, you can quote them in your answer and all these things, and how these women are boosting India's economic progress and global competitiveness, वो भी बता सकते हो. ये भी एक बार लिख लो. एंड यस दिस साइड हेडिंग्स एक बार देख लो. उसके बाद वुमेन एम्ब्रेस क्रेडिट अवेयरनेस अर्ली, ये एक बार फैक्ट्स एंड डेटा दिया गया है, एक बार देख लो. नीति आयोग इज द सोर्स, सो यू कैन ड्रा दिस काइंड ऑफ images and diagrams in your mains answer, which will be giving a very good presentation skills का. Examiner will feel like yes, he have a very good presentation skills kind of. So how this share of Gen Z is doing and regional credit behavior क्या है, एक बार facts देख लो. And finally conclusion. So unprecedented impact of women and centric policies transforming them into key drivers of economy, because when we were discussing about Panchayat se Parliament, how women are becoming the force of or the first phase of development, transformation, empowerment, economic resilience. So these kind of points you have to mention. And yes, देखो यहाँ economic resilience बताया गया है, entrepreneur growth, policy revolution, global competitiveness. Even the tribal women are getting lots of benefits under different government initiatives to come up with lots of क्या बोलते हैं वो individually develop हो रहे हैं, as well as India को भी they are bringing more growth. Oh, so done. I think these are the few important points. I hope it's clear. So whatever there have been written in the book or highlighted in those papers, just make a note and write it down in your notes, because it is high probable and very important. And yes, we will be trying to sum up these into crux of Yojana, and I'll try to post that PDF so that it will be useful. मतलब जो भी important synopsis and points है उसको मैं आपको बताने के बाद एक बार लिख के देने के वजह से आपको क्या होगा और थोड़ा अच्छा रहेगा, so that you will be able to write it in your or present it in your relevant mains answer. So this is all about this month's Yojana, and please study well. All the best. Have a fantastic day.